All right, come on in. Hit the like button. Think about subscribing if already. You're new here. Welcome to the channel, but most importantly, welcome to the Berserker family. So this is my honest opinion slash review for the 2025 new comedy Netflix film called Happy Gilmore 2. This is obviously the sequel to the classic 1996 film Happy Gilmore. Now here's the plot. Gilmore returns to a sport since his winning of the tournament in, I think it was like, I don't know how many years ago it was, but this one specifically is which is close to the original. He's finding himself having to go through life with issues, but then having to start a tournament to get finance his daughter's ballet recital. But it's a lot more than that. But here are some of the casts. So to be honest with you, I was hesitant to want to watch this. I've seen a couple of his comedies or tried to watch them. I couldn't. They were just bad. And then these I don't know, maybe it's just maybe me or what, but these kind of early 2090s comedies tend to, with their sequels and stuff and connections, they just not hit as well as good as they could have been for me. And I was worried they were going to water this down, which, to be fair, they kind of did in some spots, but it turned out to be actually a fun film. Definitely somewhat better than I thought it would be, obviously. But then again, I went in with zero expectations, just wanted to have a fun time, and I did. Now, the plot, pretty much, as I said, sounds like the same as the first one. There's a little bit of a different twist. But there was some similarities, yes, to the first one, but it definitely felt like a completely different film, which was a bit of a surprise to me, obviously, but made me happy they went this way instead of copying and paste the first film. Now, they clearly had so many big golfer cameos, which you expect in here with this type of film and kind of things how they go with it. But most went, like, pretty much all went over my head. But you could tell in each of those scenes that they were big names. They referenced briefly of Tiger Woods. That's all I know. I know the guy that was in here a lot was actually kind of funny, makes me interested in more of him. Is a guy with a white beard. He's kind of a rednecky drunk type of guy who was a bunch of memes and stuff when he started touring. He kind of reminded me of, and I think a lot of people of kind of Happy Madison, of an older guy of him. You know, kind of the style of going out of their way to not fit the norm type of classy look to him and act. Now, at times, the flashback scenes to the first one did feel forced, and the comedy was fun, but okay. It had some funny stuff to it, some sticks, but that's really about it. It's to be expected as it's a Adam Sandler film, just a dumb comedy, but in a good way. I will say I really hated how they made the villain. He wasn't really a villain like. Just an over the top, young, hipster, annoying, rich guy trying way too hard to be edgy and so far out there with his bizarre new take on golf, which had some funniness to it, but it was super over the top with his new type of golf style tournament. Again, it was fun though, but it was just, I have mixed feelings on it. Now, I believe Adam Sandler said recently or this year he makes films for the love of it and the fun of it, not for awards. And this definitely fits that bill with clear love and passion of from Adam. But despite all my criticism of this film, again, I actually still had a fun time with this. Personally, wouldn't rewatch it a lot of times, but it's definitely an interesting rewatch for something to put on while doing stuff around the house, or just editing for a matter, for a very specific example. But here's my rating. I'll come back with my final thoughts. So if you're into Adam Sandler films, I say it's worth your time. Again, it does have a bit of over the topness and definitely feels like it's its own film while having a connection to the first one. Um, by the third act, when they start getting to the over the topness, I mean, Adam Sandler films have always been over the top, but this is like so over the top with that new type of golf thing. And when they get to it, it's just kind of, I don't know. I wasn't again, I wasn't fully happy with it. It's just not happy, but it just kind of felt like it was pushing a little bit too much towards the younger generation. But I wonder if, knowing Adam Sandler, that that was done on purpose, making fun of him, and I think that kind of was with a lot of stuff in here. Um, it also kind of felt like there was like oversaturated with the amount of cameos in here, and it wasn't just the whole level amount of golfers in here, but also this they had other cameos in here, which half of them gone over my head because they kind of the film in general, along with those, felt like it was a good mixture of trying to appeal to millennials or anyone that above, like Gen Xers that grew up with Adam Sandler films, but also to the younger generation, the Zoomers and possibly the Gen Alphas, the younger generations in the future, so they can like that. Because I'm sure, millennial and Gen X parents, they tend to like to, as they should, introduce their kids to stuff that they liked. I mean, if I had kids, I would 100% do that. There's a lot of stuff I would have, but I obviously don't have kids, and never will. That's my opinion, my personal choice. But so they're definitely going to be growing up with that stuff. And you can tell the ones that are sensitive about that stuff didn't have that introduction by their parents into it. So and I'm not going to go any further than that, but because let's be real, all generations have issues, some more than others, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, leave your comments down below, of course. I can see people not liking this. I can see plenty of people liking it for what it was. I don't know. It's just this day and age. It's hard to please everyone. And honestly, despite my rating for what I gave it, I know it's going to be a little controversial, but I had still had fun with it, and I do recommend it if you are these types of category people that grew up with this type of stuff, or just find this dumb humor funny. I found some stuff funny. Was the stick of him constantly drinking out of random stuff was really good, funny type of thing. But yeah, I mean, there's other stuff that was kind of this little bit not in my category of funny and of the crudeness of it. But I mean, I don't have a problem with crude, but it's just, it is what it is. I gone long enough. Remember, I love you all. Please stay safe. Spread the love, most importantly. So